So we're live, so the notification should be coming on pretty soon. Let me go. You have your second device to see the live chats?
Yes, I
Okay. All
got it
righty.
here.
Let's see. Chris Tan, looks like Chris Tan. Hi, Chris
Kristen.
Tan.
Hi, Chris. Chris is from Singapore.
Welcome, Singapore. Yay, we have one person. Yay. This is a different time frame for me, Chris. So we'll see who all shows up. But if it's just you and us, we will love that. Okay, let me put a note in here. Uh-oh. What happened?
What?
I was trying to get in the here it is. Okay. There we go. There is about a 10-second delay. I did forget to say that. Hi, Grace Chen. Grace Chen is here. Hello, hello. I was trying to get in. Oh, let me lower my volume. I forgot to lower my volume. Okay. We just got to do last minute technical stuff, and then we'll get started here in just a little bit.
Hi. Hi, Grace. Where is Grace from?
Grace
And
Chen, where are
Blingy
you
Bacon.
from?
Hi, Blingy Bacon, Grace.
Blingy
Hi,
Bacon,
Raina.
welcome. Hi, Breakin. How you doing? Okay, everybody, just remember a little bit of housekeeping before we say our formal hellos is if you go over to the top on your device and do that little round thingy, and you'll go to the top chats, the chat filter, and you don't want it to say top chats. You want to pick all messages, okay? And that way you can see them come in order. All righty, everybody. Welcome, Beanbeautis. Thank you so much. We have 8 watching right now. We have 3 of y'all giving us a thumbs up. If we can have a little bit more thumbs up, that'll help. Hi, Raindrop Raina. She was on the community post. She says something on the community post. So welcome, Grace Chen. Welcome, Chris Tan. Welcome, Blingy Bacon. Bree. Welcome, Bree. Welcome, Raindrop. Hi, Angela. How you doing? So tonight's guest Beanbeauti is
Hi, Angela.
Corrine. How do you say your name? Is it Corrine? Am I saying that right, or how do you say it?
People say it differently. It doesn't matter. Corinne, doesn't matter.
Corrine.
Say however you like it.
Okay, but I want to say it the way you like it. You'll tell us in a second. This is Corinne from Joy C Love, right? No, Joy Love C.
C.
Joy Love C. I
Yeah.
had it all backwards. All right, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how to say your first name correctly. Because
I don't know because I don't call myself. I guess it's Corinne. Yeah, Corinne.
Corinne.
It's about that. Yeah, but people have said it differently, so it doesn't matter. I recognize it anyway. So I'm
Is
from Singapore. And I started YouTube a little bit more than a year ago because I love handbags and I didn't have real life friends who are into this as passionately as I am. So I was watching a lot of YouTube on handbags, right, during the time COVID and everyone was staying at home. And I thought, since I love handbags as well, why not just join the community? And that's how it all started.
Yay, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. We hi 5 foot nothing.
Hi,
Welcome.
Keith.
She just
5
started
foot
a new
nothing.
channel as well. Y'all follow her. Oh, please follow Corinne. Go over and follow Corinne on her channel. Hi Keith. Welcome, Keith. Hi Adrian.
Hi,
How you
Keith.
doing? I'm sorry I missed your live. I was getting ready and I didn't get to head over there.
Hi,
Okay.
Adrian.
What we're going to talk about today is travel. We're going to talk about Singapore, where it's in relationship to everybody else, how it is to buy the brand new handbags when they drop from different fashion houses, just kind of everything. If you have a question that you want to ask specifically to Corinne, please put it down in the chats and put a little hand up or something so that we know. Oh, love you too, Hadrian. Thank you.
Yes, Raina, that's right. We are real life friends now. So this is what I really love about this community is that you make new friends. Like I said, I didn't have real life friends who like handbags. So after joining community, I actually made a lot of new friends, like even with Dee Dee yourself. And there's a few of them who are based in Singapore, and we are a very small country. So we actually get together sometimes now. We are real life
Oh,
friends. We
wow.
go out, have lunch, and stuff like that. And on that trip I made last year to Paris was also a friend I made through Instagram. She's not a YouTuber, but
Wow.
Instagram, yeah. So yeah, it really happens.
So how big, like, how many square feet do you know, or whatever is Singapore?
I don't know. It's tiny.
Tiny?
On the world map, we are literally just a dot.
A dot? Oh, no.
So yeah, it
Okay.
was smaller than any of the states in the US. We are
Oh,
very, very
really?
small.
Really?
Yes, but it's pretty crowded because we have something like Singapore people here can very correct. You know, we have about like more than 6 million people now in our country. But
Wow.
for it's crowded for a small island.
For a small island. Oh, so it's an
Yeah.
island?
It's an island. It's
It's an
actually an
island.
island.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I bet that you have trouble. Do you have trouble getting packages, or getting
No, not at
anything? No?
all.
Not
Not
at
at
all?
all. We although we are small, we are very cosmopolitan. We are
Oh, good.
actually
Okay.
like quite a well-renowned hub in Asia. So this is like a bit of a focal point for many other Asian countries. So we a lot of
Oh,
things actually, yeah, they come past here and then they go to other parts of Asia. So
nice.
no issue with packages. Actually, we have a pretty efficient system.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's read let me go in and read the chats a little bit. Grace Chen says, "Hi, Corinne. I'm living in Australia now, but I grew up in Malaysia."
Oh, you're like
Wow.
Danny, right? Danny O channel. She's also based in Australia now, but she's Malaysian as well.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think I follow her. I think I follow her. Anybody who follows me, or if I'm, somebody mentions them, recommends them, I follow them. I probably have follow like a 300 people.
Yeah,
Keith
right.
says
Blinky Bacon, absolutely. I love this getting all international and all. We are actually
exactly. I'm
exactly the
really
other opposite side of the world. We are like 13 hours apart. Sometimes you're 12 hours apart, I think, depending on your
yeah.
daylight savings and all that. But we're exactly like just cross to the other side of the globe.
Well, 5 foot nothing. I'm trying to coordinate with her to get her on here. So I was just saying, normally go on at 3, and she says 3 is like 6 a.m. here. That's not gonna work. And I'm like, not a problem. We'll
Where
make it
is
work.
five
We'll
foot
make it work.
nothing based at?
5 foot nothing. Where are you based at? Um, let's see. She says, yep, she's been busy starting a YouTube channel. Did you see Keith said he likes your peanut shirt? Um, I wanna
Thank
say
you.
where I can't
My
remember where
favorite.
she's. I think is she in Australia? I think she might be in Australia. I'm not sure.
She is?
Um, Hadrian says he's sending everybody over right now. Oh, thank you,
Ah, Sydney,
Hadrian.
Australia. That's right. Sydney.
Australia. Um, Apple Blonde says, "Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Corinne."
Hi, Apple Blonde.
Grace Chen says, "I can't deal with the judgments or the trolls. Ha ha. Uh-oh. Oh, for Facebook, for YouTube? Yeah. Hopefully we won't have any. I don't see Melissa on. I wonder if she fell asleep. But
Hi,
I think it's
Angela.
just a few of us. Bleeby Bacon says this is truly an international chat. It is. It is. We finally got all of the other side of the world on here. 5 foot. She's in Sydney. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Hi,
cute
Lady
picture.
Badger.
Yeah.
Excuse
I'm
me if I'm a noob
excited.
at this. I'm like looking here and there. I'm just trying to figure out things around here. So forgive me. It's really, truly my first time, and I want to thank Dee Dee first of all for having me here. So I'm really honored. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. I enjoy your channel. I enjoy the fact that you travel so much, and then you really on her channel, what I liked about her channel was the fact that she showed us how to what she bought. She made specific trips. The last trip you made was Paris, right?
No, actually, I the last trip, most recent trip, which I haven't actually shown yet, but I will, was to Korea, and I spent actually an even longer
Oh,
time there.
okay.
I spent almost a month, like 3 weeks in Korea
Wow.
in December. Yeah, and then before Korea was Paris, and then before Paris was also another one, Bali. I had like 3 days in Bali, Indonesia. Yeah, so it
Hey,
was like crammed. The last last quarter of last year, I was like, bam, bam, bam. That's why I have been so busy. So one after another.
One after another, one after another. I probably will never get over to your side of the world. I mean,
Oh,
unless I can take a cruise ship. But usually you have to fly and then cruise. But we just flying is just really, really hard for me. So it's just kind of something that, we try not to do. The furthest I've gone is I've gone to Cancun, Mexico. So that's not really that far. Excuse me. My
okay,
allergies.
you're Korean. Oh, that's wonderful. I love everything
Oh,
Korean. I love everything. I
yay.
like the food. I love the country. I love the scenery. I love everything about it. Of course, I love your. I don't know how you guys do. Everybody has beautiful skin. Even the ajumas, the aunties who are selling things on the street markets,
Uh-huh.
they are all so perfect. I
I
love
think,
Korea. I love everything.
hey, was it Hadrian, or did you just come? I think he just came from there. And I said, your hair looks really good. And on one of his live, he says, it's the water. The water there is just great. My complexion is great. He says, it's just so great. The water's there. Great. So
Yeah, the water, the weather, I don't know, everything. The kimchi, I don't know. Everything's so perfect. And I love K-pop, I love K-drama. I'm watching K-dramas all the time, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. My children as well, they love it. So we hang out and we watch Korean dramas all
Korean
the time.
dramas.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get Korean stations, figure out how to get a Korean
Yeah.
station.
And get onto Netflix and watch Korean dramas.
There we go. So I think I know the answer to this, but then let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert?
Introvert. I'm very shy. I'm being very talkative
Really?
now because I'm probably trying to just like distract everybody.
I
I'm
really,
very shy. I'm really
okay,
very shy because okay, we are not native English speakers for one
okay,
thing. Although we
right,
learn from the first time we go to school, our main language is English in school, but we speak Singlish more often than not in
okay.
our outside of school. So I'm not exactly comfortable. Yeah, I'm not so like you know just like that. Yeah, so
You
I'm
have to think
pretty
about it a little
shy.
while. You're
I
right.
have to
Yeah.
think about it, how to say it, and also sometimes you need to be a bit diplomatic in what you say. So yeah, I'm actually very shy.
Well, you do very well. You came on and our little pre op before we got here. You were, it was like, well, I guess because it's like friends. We've been chatting and Instagram for a while, so it's just like, friends. So that's what's great. What's really great about it. What Why did you change your channel name?
I keep changing it. Right? I can't make up my mind. I'll
You
probably
can't make
change
it.
it again. In fact, I was thinking because all right, it started with my name and then it was Corinne P. Then I thought it's kind of boring, Corinne P. And then I changed it to Mary Lux. And then later I thought that it seems a little bit, I don't know, arrogant to have the word Lux behind my name because I do like other things as well. It's not only about luxury.
Right.
So then I thought about what I really like. I love to have joy and love in my life. So that's why joy, love. I would probably put peace as well, but it's gonna be so long. But I was thinking again, when I hit 60 next year, I might change it again to reflect my
Well,
age.
just make sure you tell us so we'll know how to find you. We'll know how to find you. So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe so that to Corinne right now so that when she changes her name, you're already there. You're already there.
Please do,
Let's
please
see.
do.
Raindrop says, "Hi Dee Dee. Hi there. I'm new to your channel, but I just noticed you have a Coach denim haul." Oh yeah. I love denim. I don't know. Let's see. Here's my little denim.
Check that out.
Yeah. And that doesn't even have any of my new coaches. Those are all back there right now. And yeah, so I kind of went crazy, crazy, crazy with the Coach Denim Hall. And let's see. So yeah, please check out that the playlist. There's a denim playlist. You're welcome to watch it all. Um
He says
5 foot
Singaporeans go
Yeti
to
says,
Korea, Japan once a year and to Thailand. Honestly, I don't like to go to Thailand just because of the weather. I
"Does it
I
rain a
was
lot?"
born and raised. It's very warm,
Oh, okay.
I was born and raised in Singapore. My entire life I'm living here, but I've never gotten used to the weather. It's so hot. My aircon blasting out loud. So if it's affecting what you're hearing, let me know. I can't stand the heat. So Thailand is to me is just even warmer than Singapore. So I don't like to go to Thailand. Sorry.
What is the language that you speak? What is y'all's native language? What's it
Uh,
what what's it called? Or
mainly mainly English, or we say Singlish, because in Singapore, for those who don't know, we are very multiracial.
okay.
So we have the Chinese, the ethnic Chinese. I mean, we're not part of China. In case some of you still think we're part of China, we're not. But nothing wrong with China. We're just not.
Just
The
not part of it.
ethnic Chinese. There are Malays, the Indians, and then the Eurasians. Eurasians would be like a mix. So we all live together, and our English is Singlish because a lot of the words are kind of mixed together with the other languages. So, and we don't even realize it. A lot of us don't even realize we're actually mixing in the other languages. We just grew up talking like that. And also we mix in a lot of other Chinese dialects as well.
Okay.
Cantonese, the Hokkien, the Teochew, they're all mixed into with the English, and then that's how Singlish
And
comes about. Keith was asking me, how come
when I was talking
yeah,
with
Keith was
Maria,
saying, how
sorry.
come I'm not speaking Singlish? If I speak Singlish, I think a lot of you over there won't understand.
You're fine. Well, when we were talking with Maria from she's from Canada, and she says she says they do the same. She calls it Spanglish. They're the cross between the Spanish and
Spanish.
English. And I told her we have Spanglish in Texas. We Tex-Mex or Spanglish as well. Oh, she does. I'm sorry, French, Franglish. Help me out, people. But we
French
do Spanish,
English?
French and
French
English. Yeah,
English. Right, right,
yes,
right, right.
yes. So I think everybody kind of does that now and everything. So growing up, what was the primary language that you spoke growing up?
Yeah, English. I mean,
English?
my parents spoke English. My
English?
dad, okay, my dad, his Chinese ethnic dialect is Teochew. So all
Teach
of us, we have a dialect group. So we
okay,
usually follow our dad. So I'm Teochew.
okay.
But my mom, her side is Hokkien. But my maternal grandma is Cantonese.
Oh,
So
okay,
we tend to follow the mother. So we spoke Cantonese quite a lot at home.
okay.
But with my dad, I speak English because he didn't speak Teochew with me. So it was English and Cantonese.
That what y'all spoke. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I just kinda just trying to familiarize myself with where you're at and you know your surroundings. I'm trying to imagine and everything on there. So that's that she shows a lot of Corinne shows a lot of little snippets of what it looks like where she's at, where she's visiting, the when she travels. And so I like to see all that because it's stuff I'm never gonna really get to see, I don't think, you know.
Uh,
Never say never, but you never know. Um, one of the things that I want to know is how do you bring everything back when you're shopping? Talk to us about shopping when you travel and shopping, when you're doing your luxury shopping.
okay, so it was a dedicated shopping trip. So in
Okay.
case anybody is like, wondering or thinking, so troublesome things I had to go through, but it was really a dedicated shopping trip. So we had to be strategic with
Okay.
our how we plan our time and our how we pack our luggage. So I knew that it's since I'm going to be going all the way to shop, I wasn't going to go there and buy one handbag and come back because that's not going to make any sense. I mean, spending the money on your airfare and your hotel, if you're just going there to buy one handbag, then it doesn't make any sense. But
Okay.
if you're going there on vacation, if you're going there like sightseeing, with your family and all that, and you're just like hopping into the boutique on one day or one afternoon, that's fine.
That's
You don't
fine.
have to do
Okay.
all this sort of planning. But for my friend and I, we actually both have been to Paris before. For me, that was my third trip actually to
Oh
Paris last
wow.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've done all the touristy things. So this time was really we were aiming to get our shopping done. So what we did was in my case, and you're talking about you have trouble flying. I have trouble flying, and just FYI, I was a flight attendant before.
Oh,
long
wow.
ago. I was with American Airlines. I was with United Airlines, but it was based in Singapore and it was Asia based, so the flights were short. And also when you're working on the flight, you don't really feel it because I was like busy walking up and down the aisle, doing service and all that. But when I am traveling, it's a different thing. So I realized that when I took a flight to Korea, I was Korea or Japan. It's like about 6 hour plus. I started feeling very sick, like very nauseous, and I was like in between fainting and not fainting,
Oh,
and I felt like
no.
throwing up, and I couldn't throw up. It was horrible. And then I started to realize that I have a problem with flying like beyond 6 hours probably. If I know if it's a 4 hour flight, no issue because you get on the plane, you
Get
sit
up and
down and you
yeah.
get food, and then before you know it, it's time to prepare for landing. But I realized that 6 hour plus is a bit of a push. So when I was going 11 years ago on my Paris trip previously, I was a bit worried, but I tried to get myself prepared and I read up on it. I prepared music that I listened to. I got some medication to help me calm down and try to sleep, but nothing worked. So 1.5 hours into the flight, and I hope you guys, if you have experience with this, with your friends have experience, that can share how they overcome this. So what happens was about 1.5 hours into the flight, cold sweat. I started breaking out. I was drenched in perspiration. I have no idea why. The air conditioning wasn't broken or anything, and I started feeling like very, very extremely thirsty. And I felt like I was going to black out, faint, but I also had the feeling that if I allow myself to just shut my eyes and faint, I'm never going to wake up again. It was just horrible.
Oh,
So this
no.
time, and that is like a 12, 13 hours flight. So this time last year, when I really wanted to go to Paris again. So I thought about it and I came up with a solution, and that was to separate the flight into two shorter flights instead. So I broke up the
Oh,
flight, and
okay.
instead of flying via Singapore Airlines, because Singapore Airlines only goes direct, I checked up on other airlines. So I checked Qatar and Emirates, and they both have a stop at different destinations. So Qatar stops at Doha, and Emirates stops at Dubai. So that makes the flight a little bit shorter. It gives me a bit of a break. So from here to that first destination, it's about 7, 8 hours. So I just need to hold out for that time,
For
and
that
then
time,
I
right.
get the yeah come out, get into the airport, and then transfer to the next plane. So I think that is one thing I did, and the second thing I did to just be absolutely sure that I'm not going to encounter any problem was to book myself on business class. So I booked a business class ticket, and the thing about going on these two airlines, obviously not sponsored, but the airfares are really very good
Oh,
on
good,
these two
good.
airlines if you catch them at the right time. So that's going to be part of my tips I'm going to talk about. So the first tip is check on your flight bookings early, so you can find a price uh, that is favorable. Because when we were making the, I've got another trip coming end of the year. When we were making our booking, my friend and I, 2 weeks ago, it's like a stock market. As we were online trying to find the dates that suit the both of us, and we thought that the the price was good. When we started to make our booking, right to the last page, it said something went wrong, you need to start over again. And when we started over again, the price went up.
Ah,
So it's like an algorithm thing. I don't know. It seems like the system knew that people were interested
yes.
in these dates, and they pushed up the
Pushed
price.
it up, yeah.
So then we tried a few times, and then we gave up. We came back 3 days later, and then we decided we're going to be real quick. Once we find the dates, the time, the price, just hurry up
Book it
and book it
quick,
before the
yeah.
system, yeah, beat the system. So anyway, first thing is try to book early. So when it comes to packing, what I did was, because I was on business class, I had a larger capacity to bring back, right? I have 40 kilos for checked baggage and two carry-ons, each one 7 kilos. And what I did was, weight is one thing, but you need the space. So what I did was, I had this set of three hard case suitcases. they are a complete set, so they actually can nestle within each
And
other.
within them, uh-huh.
Yeah, so the smallest one I use as my cabin bag when I was going up, and I also had two large Longchamp bags which are foldable that were stowed away inside my luggage. So as far as my two other luggage, the medium and the large, I put the medium in the large. So my clothes were in the medium bag inside the large bag.
Smart.
So
Yeah.
so technically I actually have three hard cases and two large Longchamp bags. So the strategy, the plan was by the time I'm done shopping and I'm coming back, all three hard cases, including the small one, would then become a checked baggage as well. So I checked in the small, the medium, the large, and then I hand
Gotcha.
carried the two large
Longchamp.
Longchamp bags. Yeah, and I also use both large ones because all my handbags I did not check in. I don't think it's safe. Don't know how you guys feel about it. Even if you put a lock on it and all that, I just feel it's not safe, especially when you're buying things like a few $1,000s worth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm nobody's gonna touch my my
So did you put
new
those in the
handbags.
Longchamp?
Yeah, they were in my Longchamp. They were with me the whole time. I was carrying them with me the whole time, uh,
Okay.
throughout.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
the
wondering.
cabin
So then you just put the boxes in the suitcases
in the
because you
check.
came back
Yes,
with that
that's right.
huge box.
I know, right? So again, I nestled them. So smaller boxes in larger boxes, and
Yeah.
then clean clothes and other stuff in the boxes as well. So that's how I maximize the space. But what I brought back really was max capacity. Really, I could not have purchased anything more.
So how many did you end up coming back with? I saw the videos, but I forgot.
Okay, I brought. I still two more. I don't know if you can see. I unboxed two. The Speedy. I unboxed the Capucine, the LV Capucine in
Oh, that one was
ostrich,
beautiful, yeah.
and I have behind there. I have a Chanel box and Dior. So those two I haven't unboxed yet. They'll be coming
Come
soon.
on, I need to see those videos.
I also helped my daughter to buy a Saint Laurent camera bag. Yeah, so I
Oh,
brought that one
yes.
back
I
as well. But
Yeah,
also
those are pretty.
also bought a whole bunch of MS. That one I have unboxed a whole bunch of MS accessories and scarves and all that. Yeah. So yeah, all of that really
Well,
took up the
that's
entire
really
space.
smart thinking. Yeah, I kind of do the same when we go on our cruise. But what I do is I have these the Vera Bradley bags. I don't know if you've heard of Vera Bradley. I've shown the bags on my channel before. I've unboxed some and just showed some, but they're soft cloth. And what I do is when we go shopping, when we go on a trip or what have you, I use those to put all my clothes in coming back, and then I use the hard suitcase because we only just take one huge suitcase, and then I fold the carry one of the Vera Bradleys as my carry-on, like your Longchamp, and then I fold everything else and put those in there. So I put all of my clothes. I'll carry two of them. All my dirty clothes in one of them, all the clean clothes in the other one, and I bring those back with us, and those will be my carry-on. But when you're cruising, it's really different because it's just for a little while that you're away from your luggage, and then
Yeah.
everything that can be breakable, we check that with the cruise line, and then that comes out when we get that, and that works for us, because I'm like, just throw everything in the and the clothes it doesn't matter if it breaks or not, that all goes in the soft bags and they're easier to carry. Let's see what
Yeah.
we have lots of
Let's look at the
chats
chat.
going on.
Yes.
Let's see. 5 foot nothing. Oh yes, please give us a thumbs up on the live. Thank you very much. 5 foot nothing. Key says, how
Thank
come you are
you.
not speaking Singlish, Corrine? Are you changing it for us? um, let's see.
I'm gonna
Rain
check out your channel, 5 foot nothing. Yeah.
Rain, yes, please do. Raindrop says
Raindrop
OMG.
Rainer also. Raindrop Rainer, please follow her. She also
Okay,
has a
we'll follow
channel.
you. Yes, please follow her. Um, she says, I am obsessed too. Key says, Kareen, do you know Kat? I see we
Yes, yes, I
have
know
her
Kat.
as a mutual friend on Instagram. Okay.
I mean, I
Is
know
she
Kat. She's a YouTuber and She's more active on YouTube than on Instagram, I
Is
think.
she? You'll
Yeah.
have to, Blingy Bacon Franglish, yes, Franglish, that's right. I was trying to say French English, but it's Franglish, you're right. Maybe Corinne to help us later on is in one of your videos, or send me the names of the people that you followed in
Yes.
Singapore and everything, and then I
Yes.
I can link them in this
Raindrop.
video.
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
Thank you.
oh, let's see. 5 foot nothing says, "Ooh, I cannot read that." Can you? Oi, I don't know what that is. Oi, cheska.
French. Parlez-vous
Oi,
français? You
holy.
speak
I
French?
know speaking. I don't speak it.
Oh,
Grace Chen
Keith, you
says,
went to Keith, you went to junior high school in Singapore? Oh, okay. So you know Singapore very well.
Grace Chen says her mom's is a teacher. Um, let's see. But we speak Mandarin at home. I remember I used to replay my grandma in Hokkien, and she would speak to me
Yes.
in Tochu.
舅舅
Tochu.
舅舅喂，大舅舅喂。
Blingy Bacon, I was a FA2. FA French American. Did I get that one right? Um, let's see. 5 foot nothing says there's nothing so annoying. I've had that happen to her. And she's talking about your traveling. Yeah. My traveling dilemmas are a little bit different than yours. I mean, I do have a little bit of anxiety, when I get on a plane, but not so much. What's hard for me is because I have trouble fatigue issues. So I get really, really tired. And then with my RA, if I sit too long, it's really hard for me to get up. And when we came back how long is the flight? I don't remember how long the flight is from Cancun. We got a direct flight. Well, what ended up happening was that we got redirected because there was thunderstorms and everything. So we were on the plane longer, and I could hardly get up. In fact, there was a gentleman behind me, and he had helped me get up with my husband because I was sitting so long that my my joints all kind of locked up and I couldn't get up. And then we're big people, so we have to get 3 plane tickets so that we can be comfortable because the seats are too small.
Ah,
So that's why it costs a little bit more. So there's just so much, having to walk because the airport's like our airport is huge, humongous and everything. So going to the airports and all that, it's just all that is exhausting before I even get on the plane. Then I get on the plane and I'm like the flight is exhausting. So when we go somewhere, I always try to give me at least a day or two to relax before we actually start a vacation, if possible, but doesn't always happen. Let's see. It
yeah,
was so
and I'm also quite tall for an Asian girl, so I find that probably that's one of the problems with flying economy because I feel all tightened up, and then
mm,
at this age you tend to be a little bit stiff, so my joints I start
right.
getting back aches, shoulder aches, and
Yes.
no matter
Yes.
how I try to
Yeah.
shift my position this way and that way, but nothing worked.
Yeah,
It's
because you get a little
uncomfortable.
claustrophobic. Yeah. My
That
my
too.
husband yeah.
Yes, yes. That 11 years ago, that Paris flight, now that you mention it, it's true because everybody likes a window seat because you get the view,
Right.
right? And I took the window seat, and I think that was one mistake. So
Should
I
yeah.
learned along
I
the
don't
way
sit by
that,
the window.
yeah, take the aisle seat. If anybody else here has anxiety issues with flying, take the aisle seat. Don't take the window
Yeah.
seat.
And my husband's a little bit of a has a little bit of claustrophobia, but he likes the window
Okay.
seat. I don't know why, but he likes it. It makes him feel better. He feels like he's got more
Really?
room. Yeah. Not me. I'm like, I don't want to, I don't, I feel trapped over there.
Yeah.
Yvonne says, do all hotels do that? Oh, what did I miss? If you don't have enough space in your luggage for the empty boxes, you can ask your hotel mail to mail them to
Ah,
you. And they usually really for free. Ooh, I'm gonna have to
for
find out
free?
about
I don't
that.
think so. They'll probably help you arrange it, but I'm sure you have to pay for it.
It probably did
Okay.
maybe unless he's traveling at a very lux hotel or something.
Yeah. Five-star hotel, yeah?
Who let's see, let me go see real quick who let's see. Bring cheapy or wear cheapy clothes on the way there and then dump them I have heard people and I have had friends
Yeah. That's
who left
one
yeah.
That's an idea too.
A lot of times what I do too is like my when we go on the cruise, and if it ends up being, because some cruise, like when we went to Hawaii, that was a bucket list trip for us. So took a lot of stuff. It was 14 days, but on the way back we had shopped so much, there was so much stuff that I was like, I left behind all my toiletries because I didn't need them coming back, the toiletries and everything, and I just left a note for our room steward, and I said, if you like any of this, you're welcome to have it, and he was happy to have it. And then there was a girl who took our pictures, because I love to take pictures. My husband goes, "Please, one more picture." No. But the photographer, I asked her, I said, I said, there's because it was my whole thing and it didn't fit in my bag at all. And I said, there was perfume in there, it was deodorant. I told her, just throw away the deodorant. I said, but there was some hair combs, and there was just stuff, random stuff I could redo. And she said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Share it with you, keep it for yourself, share it, throw away, whatever you want, but please feel free to have it." She was very, 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 very happy of getting it, because there was stuff that she
Of
didn't have.
course.
Yeah, stuff that they didn't have on the ship.
And also
Um,
try to pack really light, like uh well, we had no choice but to book during the end of the year, so it tends to be colder.
Colder,
But
yeah,
if you can travel, if you have a choice, you can go like during the summer or the spring, then you don't have to pack as much warm clothing, thick clothings. But even so, if some of you, another tip is, if you are going to be traveling at the end of the year when it's cold, try to bring along heat tech. I don't know if you guys have Uniqlo where you are, but they sell heat tech, which are very thin material, but they provide a lot of warmth. So instead of bringing your thick wool
big,
jackets and
yeah,
coats, which take up a lot of space and also take a lot of weight, go for thinner material, but enough to keep you warm. So that will save you a lot of space
to
as
doing that.
well.
I have had to buy an extra when we've gone vacationing before. I've had to buy an extra suitcase twice, two different trips. I just buy an extra suitcase, and then I pay the extra $50 to fly
Uh,
home. I go, it's cheaper than shipping. It was
yeah. Oh, Grace.
cheaper.
Grace goes back to but Grace, who lives in Australia but is Malaysian. She says she goes back with empty suitcases so she can
Buy
bring
and
lots
bring
of food
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that's right.
see. Raindrops says sometimes, he says, he's talking to Raindrops. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends. Okay, he's talking about the hotels. Chris Chan says, I'm a big fan of Joy Love C
Thank you,
at Cat
Chris.
L. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that so I can go follow y'all. Fashionable. I watch Fashionable Amy. I do
Yes.
watch her. Um, 5 foot nothing. Will check out and subscribe. Okay, Keith says, it helps to be very polite. There are so many tourists who are demanding and impolite. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
Good tip, always be, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into, even if I have to pay, because I want to keep my boxes. I don't know if you watch Totes Gene, if any of y'all watch Totes, Totes Gene.
Yes,
Okay, he had a big old beautiful Dior box in the hotel room. I was like, no,
I
that's
know.
beautiful.
Dior has the most beautiful packaging. You can dump
Yes,
everything else if you really can't bring everything back. You got to bring back the
I
Dior
know.
box.
That's what I
That's
said.
one of
Put
the
your,
best.
because I was thinking the same thing. Put your
Beautiful.
clothes in it. Do something. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, okay, and they're agreeing with you on there. Yes, be polite. All right. So is there anything else about the traveling that you want us to know, that you think, or
I think Raindrop Rainer asked a question about the tax refund, whether the officer
oh,
want to
okay.
see.
I didn't
So
catch
okay,
that
this
one.
is I will just do talk a little bit about tax refund because I think a lot of people are interested. The whole reason we want to go and buy things in
Right.
Paris,
Is that's
one
what
thing
they,
is
I think
cheaper,
they
and
call it
also
the
we get a
VAT.
tax refund.
Is
The
that the
VAT
VAT?
refund,
Yeah.
yeah, VAT refund, tax refund, however you call it. So what you do is they sometimes want to see, sometimes they don't. But you will know when you go to the airport. So you have your bunch of paperwork. First, when you go to the boutiques, you shop. They will know you're a tourist and they'll ask you for your passport and then they'll prepare the paperwork for you to take care of this when you go to the airport. So at the airport, nowadays at France, in Paris, they have a whole line of kiosks, touchscreen kiosks. So you go there to the kiosk, and then it'll ask you the language. So you press English, and then it's very simple. You just tell you to scan one by one. So like I had a bunch of several of these paperwork from the different boutiques. So there's a barcode on that. So you just scan. Each time you scan, it will either show you a red tick, a green tick, a tick or a cross. So if it's a tick, that means it's registered, and you can just put it away. You don't have to do anything else, and you just wait for your refund to come through. And also, uh, for the ones that are marked cross, you put it on the side. So go when you come to approach the kiosk, be a bit organized. Don't panic. There'll be people behind you, but just do it
Take your time.
systematically. Take your time. So those that are marked tick, you fold them back, put aside. Those that are marked cross, you put another side. Okay. Those that are marked cross, it means that you have to join another queue where there's another counter with the officers there. That's when you will have to present your items. Which is why when you are going to the airport, do not check in your bags. Do not check in your purchases yet, because you
Okay.
don't know when you will need to present them for viewing by the officers. So you're done. You finish scanning everything. You join the other queue, and once it comes your turn, you hand over whichever documents you have that needed to be seen, and then the officer will tell you, he will ask you one by one. You say, the Chanel, and then you pull out your Chanel bag and you show it to him, which is a good idea to know where your things are, because, like I said, you have people behind you, and it's better to have all these purchases in that Longchamp bag as well, because it's easier for you to pull it
Easy
out
to
from
pull
your
them
bag
out. Okay. Yeah.
rather than having you to open your entire baggage, your suitcase with everything in there, and then everyone is looking at what you have in your suitcase. You
These
don't
are
want
good
that. So
tips. Yeah.
yes, so put them in that, a zipped Longchamp bag. I think it's the best bag, I tell you. Um, so then you just have to pull out, and I only have it in my dust bag. So just put it over the counter. He has to look at it. You don't have to do a twirl. He's not going to look at the whole thing, the inside of the handbag. He's just wanting to see that it's there. And also another tip, and this is something you should know, is you're not supposed to use your new purchases in Paris or in the country that you're holidaying in. You're not supposed to. Don't say I say it. If you use it, make sure you put it back. Make sure the condition is like new, because
And why is
you're
that?
not supposed. Well, because you bought it there, you're supposed to. They give you a tax refund because you are exiting the country, so you're
Okay.
supposed to bring it out with
Brand
you
new.
out of the country. You're not
Gotcha.
supposed to
Okay.
be, yeah, brand new. You're not supposed to use it in Paris. So then, yeah, he just has to look at it, and then he say, okay, then you put it away. He does something, he registers it in the system, and then he'll ask you for the next one and the next one. So once you're done, you say, okay, then you just move along, and
Move
you
along
can check in your bags, and yeah.
and do all that.
So
So, that reminds me of a question is when we mail you something, do you have to pay, what was the fee that Maria was saying that they have to pay, like, an import tax fee or a duty fee? Like, if I were to mail you something, do you have to pay a duty fee?
sometimes I think it depends on the value, and also what it is.
Okay.
Like, if it's a small item, no, I don't think you pay any. It's just like whatever you buy, you pay taxes for everything that you
Right,
buy in
wherever
the
you
States,
go,
right?
right, yeah,
Yeah. So when people send things to you, uh, somebody has to pay for the tax. So it really depends on the item and the value of the
and the
item. If it's
value of
just a
it,
gift, usually, no, I don't think
yeah.
so.
Because 'Cause I'm like, "Well, when I buy the item, I pay tax here, but then they still want your tax for wherever it's being sent to, right?"
Sorry?
I said, "'Cause, like, when I buy the item, like, when you're in Paris, do you pay a tax in Paris to
Yes,
Paris?"
yes. So whatever price you pay at the store, it includes tax.
Okay,
Okay, so that's why you get your tax refund, and it's not always the same, the tax that you pay and the tax that you get refunded. So what you see, for example, if you're going to the website today, Louis Vuitton, and then you change the location to France, you'll see the price there. The price there is what you'll buy when you're in Paris, and that includes the tax. So
gotcha.
then when you come to the airport, you will get a refund of about, roughly, if you want a cash refund, it's less, it's about 10%. You get 10% back. But if you want a refund back through your credit card, you get around 12%. And I
That
say it's around because the companies that are processing this actually do charge a fee, I think. They don't
oh,
actually
gotcha.
tell you
Right.
exactly how many percent is the service fee,
Until
but
you
there is
yeah,
some.
you have to go with the flow. Okay,
Yeah.
so I do have a question about, like, what are the when there's a new drop coming out, like if Coach comes out with a drop or Louis Vuitton comes out with the drop, do you get the same things that we get, or you get something different?
I think could be different. I don't follow Coach a lot, but I know for sure LV there are different drops in different countries. And
Right.
I know one thing for sure because I was trying to get my hands on the Speedy 20, I think. Last year they released the 20, I think, in the Damier Ebene, the
Yeah,
small Speedy,
the little
and
one.
then it came out
Yes.
with the Damier Ebene. And I saw people posting pictures of it on Instagram and everything. But then when I went to Singapore's website, it wasn't there. And I went to the store to ask, they knew nothing about it. That's another thing. A lot of these SAs, they have no clue what is going on.
They're not
They
watching
have no idea.
YouTube.
Corporate doesn't tell them, like they don't. No, I mean like corporate doesn't tell them that okay, we got this, but we are not
Oh yeah.
releasing this in Singapore yet. It's coming maybe later on. Nobody in no SA in Singapore knew anything about it. They didn't even know it existed until I showed them a picture. Hey, my
Well, and
friends in the
yeah, and I
US,
think
they're
yeah,
buying this.
I think they do that. I think the companies do that because they don't want you to spill the beans. They don't want you to share so it doesn't get out there. I
Yeah,
know there
but
was a
I mean
little
now in this
bag,
yeah, in
a
this
little
day and age,
Sammy
social
bag.
media, we find out information on Instagram and everything. So
I know
that's
it's global, so you would think they would say, "Let's prepare them in case they have questions and stuff for doing it."
exactly.
I had seen a picture on Instagram of it was a baby Sammy. Apparently, was released 2 years ago in Asia. I don't know what part, if where it was at, but I sent it to my essay in here, and they had to look it up because he didn't know anything about it. And he says that was only released in Asia. I said, so I can't get it. He says, you can't get it. I was like, oh, but I want it because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to put it on my tree.
Oh,
So that's why I was wondering. So are there bags that you currently want that maybe y'all don't have from LV or Chanel or Dior or
not
whatever?
really. I'm kind of on a restriction at the moment because of my upcoming trip to Europe again, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to be good now. That the thing is, I have a space limitation. I got a new glass cabinet just because I
They're
ran out of space.
beautiful.
It used to be just here, but I ran out of space and now I've got a glass cabinet. And I really want to keep everything under manageable, size so that I can take care of them and I don't feel like, you know, clutter and all that. I do live in a place that is quite, there's heavy traffic, so it's very dusty. So I don't want to put anything that is out in the open. Everything has to be in a
Yes,
closed
I
space.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I am trying very, very hard to hold back. I wanted to buy the denim, Coach denim. I wanted to buy the Coach tabby and the Coach hard bag in denim. But I'm really, really stopping myself. I don't know how long more I can hold back.
How long? Well, maybe they'll have it when you go to Paris. Maybe they'll have it in Paris and you can bring it home with you. So when are you going? Let's see.
I'll let you
Uh,
guys know when I'm going when it's closer. It'll be end of the year, not so soon. It'll be around fall or almost winter time.
okay.
Yeah, end of the year.
So are you
But
looking for anything?
we've already booked the tickets. We already booked the tickets. So
Are you looking for anything in particular or anything?
actually yes.
Is it a
Since
secret?
I no, it's not a secret. I can tell you roughly because I it's not for sure. It has to be available. So
Right.
since I bought my capucines last year, I've been bitten by the capucines bug.
Ah,
That's one
okay.
thing. Never knew I'll buy a capucines, but then I went there, was shown the bag, fell in love with it, and to add to that, it was ostrich. My This
Oh,
is my first
yes.
capucine. It was my first exotics. It was so special, and I've been bitten by the exotics bug, I think, as well. So, that's why I'm really reserving my funds, my handbag play money, I call, for maybe another capucines. I may go for a smaller size instead because capucines maybe is the perfect size, but if I'm gonna be buying some more, it's probably more like for collection.
Right.
So yeah, and small bags are kind of like cuter and they
Or
also take
easier
up less
to
space.
handle.
Yeah,
Right.
take up less space. So I'll probably try to get capucines in another exotic leather, and I'm thinking about lizard.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My husband would be
So
happy because he does not like lizards.
I
He
didn't think I like either, but because I watched Dale's Addiction and
Yes.
Living Lux with
Living
Meredith,
Less with Meredith, yeah.
and yeah, there's a bit of regret because I was actually shown the bag in Paris, couple scenes in the it's lizard and it's called Blue Patrol. It's like black but iridescent. You
Oh,
look at it from
wow.
different angles. It's colorful. It's so beautiful. I saw it on Meredith's channel and I was like, ah,
I could
I,
have got that one.
yeah, it was right there. It was we were in a private lounge in a private
Uh-huh.
room in LV, and he brought all these bunch of bags. But because it was my first capucines, and I didn't even go there mentally prepared to
Right.
buy a
Yeah.
capucine, so I was kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I guess my thought was buy the size that is going to be practical that I can use, which is the BB size. Honestly, it
Right,
is a
right.
more practical size.
Yeah.
So since it's my first one and it is expensive, just go for that one bag and get the
And
more
then
practical
yeah.
one. And I almost like ignored that was a mini size, a mini capucine. So I kind of like didn't want to look at it too much because
'Cause you didn't
I
wanna
only
fall in
wanted to
love with it.
focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But then, yeah,
Yeah, that's how I am. It's like I wanna have my first purchase from a fashion house. I try to for it to be a iconic bag, or one, or even if it's not an iconic bag, it's something that I like really really like. So I try not to look at anything else so that I don't change my mind. But it's
yeah,
hard. It's hard. So do
I
you normally
know.
travel a lot?
No, no, actually, I don't travel a lot now. The thing is, I travel a lot at the end of last year because, well, first of all, for the past few years, we've all been like on lockdown, you can't travel, right?
Right, right.
And prior to COVID, I was working and a lot of the time, it's all focused on family. You know, I don't truly enjoy traveling because I think it's troublesome. You got to pack, and I have to make sure my house is in order before I go.
Yes,
And then
yes.
I know that when I come back, and also when I was used to be working, I have to make sure that my work has been, dedicated or in order. And then I know that when I come back, it's going to be piled up. The work is going to be piled up for me to catch up on. And then I have to make sure that my house is back in order again. Everything has to be reset. So I don't like to go traveling for that reason. But then, just about 3 months before COVID started, I happened to be retrenched, or you call furlough, or whatever name you
Uh-huh.
call it. There was some reorganization and restructuring. So I was given opportunity given opportunity to leave on my terms. So yeah, so I decided, well, okay, why not? And then COVID happened, and there were no jobs. Obviously, at the time, people were losing their jobs, and at the same time, I don't know, everything just happened at the same time. My dog started becoming very ill. She
Oh
was a
no.
senior dog, and in the following 2 3 years, I was basically just fully just looking after my dog until she passed away last year. So she passed away last year, right? Around end of April. And then it's like, okay, now, she's gone. What do I do? And then that's why I started catching up on the traveling.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. We just lost our dog to one of our dogs, and yeah, it's
Yes.
devastating. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's difficult. Sorry about that. But then it gave you the opportunity, to travel. Then
Yeah.
you took advantage
Oh,
of the
thank you,
fact that
Grace.
you don't have to worry. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
hard to
don't have to
leave your
worry because
babies.
yeah, exactly. When during the past also, if I had to to travel, I also had to make sure that somebody's looking after my dog. And
Yes.
I never trusted the pet hotels. I've never used pet hotels or any kind of a pet boarding service.
Yeah.
So I always had to rely on my cousin to help me take care of my dog. And she also has her own work to do. So I can't, keep bothering her with this.
Right.
So yeah, that's another reason why I didn't travel as well. And since she's gone, so I
Yeah.
guess it's a good distraction for me as well. I mean, I still feel that loss losing my dog. We were very, very close. So yeah, I guess traveling helps.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Five Foot Nothing. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. We appreciate your condolences. So,
Thank
for
you.
telling us.
So I think we have some questions regarding declaring items and paying tax when we arrive back in our country. So we are supposed to, and I did. And I think when I came back to Changi Airport, I don't know where everyone else were, the other travelers, when they came back. I can't be the only one who just came back from Paris with shopping, but I was the
Yeah.
only person in the office. After I picked up my bags, I went to the little office there and I said, I've got things to declare. And I showed them everything. They asked for my receipts. They asked to see everything that I bought, and then they calculated and they gave me a bill. Yeah. So I think it's peace, peace of mind. You're supposed to declare
Right.
based on
Yeah,
your respective
I'm the
countries'
same way
laws.
too. Yeah. When we travel and come back, we have to fill out these forms and everything. And I'm like, I want to be honest because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want anybody to stop me and say, give me that back or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
be like, you're pushing through, and then they say,
Yeah.
excuse me, they do a random check, and then you're caught with that. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. So, no.
Yeah, especially the exotics, because I've heard that those are hard to travel with back and forth with the
Yeah, so you'll
exotics.
get a
Yeah.
little certificate as well,
Right.
the
Yeah.
CITES certificate to go with it.
To do that. Yeah. Let's see who else is in here. Have we let's see. Did you see any other questions? Corinne, honestly, not having the anxiety of wondering if you're gonna get busted is not worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
If they're gonna pick anybody out on the line to bust somebody or whatever, it is gonna be me. It's gonna be me. It's not only embarrassing, they will put a note on your account, and whenever you travel back and forth from that country, they will do a deep search for 10 years. Yeah, no, no, don't wanna do that. Don't wanna do that. So,
And if you know Singapore, we are very strict when it comes to law, so don't mess with them.
yes, don't mess with them. Let's see. What are the popular brands, that you like, and what are the popular brands that are there in Singapore? Which are the ones what do you
I
see
think
when you go out walking in the wild?
we I think we have all the luxury brands in Singapore. We're quite blessed in that sense. And like I said, it's a small country and it's also very accessible. For me, I have the train, where you call the subway station, right at my doorstep. Literally, if I were to follow a paper aeroplane, I can actually fly to the station. And for
Wow.
me to get to the city area, to all this shopping area, it takes me like under 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes just for the train ride. So it's very accessible. And there you find all your MS, LV, Chanel, Dior, Fendi, you name it.
You have
Everything's
it
there.
all there. Oh, that's
We have it
good.
all. We
Okay.
have, yeah, and then we have Coach, like also within the department stores as well. There are some other brands. What we don't have in Singapore is Dooney and Bird. Yeah, I think Dooney and Bird,
They're
they are
just
not in
low.
any other countries outside of
Yeah.
the US.
They're low. Yeah, they're just here in the United States. They're not even in Canada, so they're just local
Yeah,
to they're an American brand company. And if they go over, it's because somebody has bought them here and has just taken them personally over there, but
yeah,
not because there's a store or anything over there. Yeah. And I
yeah.
don't think that they ever will, because they're a mom and pop basically
Are
company.
they?
Yeah, they're not on
Oh,
the what is it called? They're not on the stock market or anything like that. So they're not traded. They're
well, look,
not.
judging from the number of unboxings I see from a lot of the YouTubers, I thought they were quite big in the US.
They are. And I say mom and pop compared to like Coach and LV or whatever. They don't they're not traded on the stock market. They're not traded on the stock market. So they
Right.
yeah, so then that's why they're not, they're not really interested in doing anything. I don't know if it'll ever change, but in fact, there are not very many outlet stores around, and there's not very many um, retail stores either
Oh,
around. Yeah,
so
they're strategically placed throughout the United States and everything. So I know we have an outlet. I have an outlet store about an hour away from where I've never been, but I don't know where the closest retail store is for me. So we do all of our shopping online.
yeah, I noticed that you do a lot of your shopping online also because you're a huge country and to go from one,
Yes. Yeah.
where you live to the stores is a
Yeah.
distance and
The
yeah,
and we're the city that we're in, it's bigger, and then it's hard for me to be mobile to get around and stuff, so it's hard to do that. So that's
yeah.
good. Then you have all the brands. Let's see. I'm
I
trying to see
think
if there's
In Dublin is here, I think. Did I
Hi, Indubitably Denise. Did she come in? Did I
Denise?
miss her?
Yes,
Let's see.
hi. Sorry, we missed some of the chats,
Did
but
we
I'm
miss
so
you?
glad you all are chatting and talking to each other. So thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
It's so
what I
good
like.
that
They
you're
they
having a good
take care
time.
of themselves in there. They listen to us, and then I didn't see Indubitably Denise in here. Is she? Oh,
She
there
did
she is.
say
Hey,
hi.
there you
Yes.
are. Oh, are you still in here, Denise? I'm sorry I missed you.
Hi.
Okay. Let's see. They fly so fast
She
on
also
the
has a
screen.
channel. Follow
She has
her.
a channel, yes, and she does lives on Sundays, so please follow her. She's a big
Yes.
Dooney fan. Is there
Who
anybody
else
else
is
that we
here? Come and
missed?
say hello and give it a thumbs up.
Zane, hi Zane, how are you doing? Good evening, Dee Dee and Chad. Hi Zane, I miss Zane. How are you doing? Are you still here? I'm so sorry. I thought y'all were going live tonight, Zane. I was looking and looking for y'all. I wish it said a time frame of when they got on, but they at least it doesn't say on mine. Anybody else did we miss?
Oh, she's here.
Let's see. Well, Zane, if you're still here, say hello. Denise, if you're still here, say hello. I'm so sorry. I've been just listening to all the international talk and how to shop and all the talking strips. Denise, yeah, you're here. She's here. Don't forget to follow Denise, and Zane is part of Caleb Snell's. He's husband to Caleb Snell, but Zane's gonna be having his own channel soon, so we're waiting for him. So go give him a
Uh-huh.
follow on his. Let's see, what does it say? Let me find it again. Go give Zane a follow as well too. That way you'll be ready whenever his channel actually launches. I think that's coming pretty soon. They've got equipment and all this kind of stuff for to do that, so they're excited about that. We can all try to do a no buy month. You want May to be a no buy for yourself. I'm not gonna know.
Really?
I don't do no buys because I'm a shopper. I'm a shopper. I do like and I wouldn't even call them low buys. I'm kind of like you, like maybe I do a timeout or I because like right now I'm kind of reverting my funds towards um well, we have the trip, I've been kind of saving for the trip that we're going to take on we leave we leave San Antonio on Sunday and then we cruise on Monday and we'll be gone come back
Mm.
on Saturday. So it's a short trip this time, which we don't really like the short trips, but we're going with friends of ours and one of the couples, it's a new couple, what's a they're longtime friends of ours, a third couple, but it's their first time cruising. So we had to she only wanted to do 3 days and I said, no, we won't do it 3 or 4 days. It's gotta be 5 or 6. So she goes, okay, 5 days. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But we are going to Costa Maya and Cozumel. So we're only doing 2 stops, which we have been there before. But yeah, it's just kind of a little bit difficult when I'm broke, that's my no buy. Yes, that's how I feel, Denise, when I'm broke. So I just save up. I divert my funds, and if I want to put extra money into my our travel fund, because my extra money, my fund money, is what I use as extra money for shopping on the cruise or whatever. So like this time around, we're gonna do activities. We're gonna do shopping, but since I've been there before, I've got all the stuff that the magnets and the things that like I collect, this tourista stuff that I collect. So I don't really need anything, and we're not gonna go to any kind of, you know, department stores or handbag places or anything like that, so I won't be tempted with those. So it's, so I, so that's what they but then in October, I'm going traveling with, to Chicago to go see Caleb for Caleb's meetup. So I'll be traveling there,
Oh.
so I'm gonna be saving money for there. We'll be back for like 4 or 5 days, and then we're gonna travel to cruise to, for 12 days, we'll be cruising to Aruba, to Carousel? Wait, Caraco? No, I don't know, not Caraco.
Curacao, Curacao.
Maybe Caracal?
I
Yeah.
think so,
I don't
yeah.
know. I need to write them down so I'll know. So that's something that somewhere we've never been. So I wanna save
Mm.
up and have lots of money to shop to shop there. So
So I'm
that's
gonna
2
ask
big
you, Didi, what about going outside of the US? Have you
uh, I've
planned
just
for
just,
anything?
uh the only place that I've gone to outside the US travel-wise is to Cancun, to Mexico,
Yeah, but
and
out
I've gone
outside of
well,
Americas, like Asia, Europe, Australia? No, no
no,
plans at all?
I wouldn't mind going to Australia. We get free cruises all the time, but we have to fly over there and back. Those are trips, if we ever do make any of those are trips that we would have to wait till my husband retires because it's too much time away from his work. And so
Ah,
it's too hard for him to be gone for that period of time because it's gonna
right.
take a long time. Yeah.
Oh,
But I've been to Jamaica. I've been to, let's see where else, uh, Honduras. I've been just over in this little
oh,
area, that
yeah,
we have. But yeah,
South America. Mm.
yeah, I would like to go to Paris someday. My husband, not so much. He's not really into going, anywhere but right around here. He says, I need to be able to get home quickly.
Oh,
Especially after 2020, after the pandemic and stuff, it's kind of one of those where we had friends who were trapped outside the country. It was hard for them to get back. It
oh.
was, all this kind of stuff, and so he was like, I don't.
Does he have a
It,
phobia of that, like, happening while he's away and not being able to come home?
I think so. I think it's just kind of one of those anxiety kind of things that where, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, let's just stick as close to home as possible. Where it's kind of easy. And he doesn't, it's hard for him to do like new things. So that's like a whole new adventure. So yeah. So
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. He likes structure. Yeah, he's not like me. I'm like going, let's just go, let's wing it,
Yeah,
we'll
you're the
figure it out.
adventurous one.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you
I
should get a
always
few girlfriends together and then just,
and
pack
head
a
out.
pack your
Yeah.
things and go.
Let's
Yeah.
go. We uh we have talked about doing a transatlantic cruise where we would have to fly somewhere, and then when they bring the ships back, we come back. So we have talked about those and we looked into those, but because it takes a long time, he has to have more time on his calendar, and he just can't take 2 weeks is about the longest. 14 days is about the longest that he's been away from work.
Right.
And yeah, so hopefully there's some people that will take 30 days or something like that, but
Yeah, I'm sure he has annual leave, right?
yeah, he
Yeah.
can't because of the position he's in. It's just too
Yes,
much, too
the
much.
kind of
He
work.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not approved. He's not approved to do that. So
Oh.
but that's okay. When he retires, that's one of the things. That's why I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going and trying to get monetized so that he can retire sooner, sooner so we can travel. We can travel.
Okay,
Uh,
everybody support Didi so she can retire
that's
early.
right. That's right. I need all the subs and everything. Yep. Grace
Me
Jensen's
too.
come to Aussie land. I would love to go to Australia. That I would love to go to Australia. There's no
Yeah.
need for anyone to travel. China is a big place, but people there still travel. But there's a lot of beautiful places to see in the US. We don't even really travel too much in the US either. I mean, like Chicago, that's a big deal for us to go to Chicago because um we
I
like
have been to Chicago. I have been to
have you?
Chicago when I
I'm a
was
little nervous about it because we've neither one of us have ever been. I don't really know anything, but I'm
I
like,
had
oh,
to go
okay.
because I mentioned that I was a flight attendant with United
Right.
Airlines, so that was the training center. So
Okay.
it flew us all the way there. Uh, it literally took us 36 hours to get there because
Wow.
due to weather conditions, we were stranded somewhere else. So we were flying, I think we were going via San Francisco and then to Chicago, but somewhere along the way, because of weather conditions, they had to detour to somewhere else. And then they were kind of circling in the air for a bit until they started to run out of fuel. So first time flying so far away, right? I was like, oh, I just had to leave it to the adults. I was like maybe 21 years old at the
Oh,
time,
wow.
and in back in those days, you don't know anything, you didn't have any social media or anything. It's like you just have to leave it to the adults.
You just have to
And
right,
then
right.
yeah, and then after they were starting to run out of fuel, they detoured to some airport, private airport, landed there to get refuel. It was like outside, it looked like a desert. I don't know. There were barely any buildings. There was like sand everywhere. It seemed like a desert. But they managed to get refueled, and then they went ahead. So by the time we reached Chicago, it was like 36 hours after we left Singapore. Whew.
Well, and I think that has more to do with it than anything else is the travel now. He used to really love to fly. And the flying part is not the bad part for him or even I. Once you get on the plane and you fly or whatever, that's not too bad. What's bad is all the you have to get there 3 hours early if it's international, 2 hours early if it's not. You have to worry about they have so much shortage now since the pandemic for flight attendants and stuff, and so the planes constantly get delayed, and then if we don't have direct flight, like he wants a direct flight to everything, and I don't. I mean, and it's easier too for me because I have to use the wheelchair if when we're going, so it's just easier if if it's a direct flight,
Mhm.
because then if you have a layover, that's stressful, and if it's a big airport and you can't get to the next gate, and so all of
Yeah,
that part is
it's quite a lot of
super,
hassle.
a
Yeah.
very very yes, very very hassle, and it used to not be so bad. Then the also to the what's it called, when you go through you have to take all your keys out. What is that station called?
Yeah, the scanning thingy.
Yeah, and you have to do all
Yeah,
of that and
yeah.
everything, because and that takes and it takes a long time. And the thing is like it all depends on if you have a nice person, if you don't have a nice person, of like, or it's like, what do you take out, what you don't take out? Because sometimes I tell you we don't need all that, and it's like, but then they tell you you need to take all this out. We don't need all that, and it's just,
Ah,
and then it's hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And we've lost our boarding passes before because we put them in the thing. We've lost paperwork to get on the plane. Luckily they were able to print at the gate, because I'm like, I just had it, and they said it happens all the time, don't worry about it. And I get stressed. I'm not stressed, like, for me, I'm like, okay, whatever. But I get stressed because he's stressed, and I worry about him, because he gets really, really stressed about it.
oh,
And so I think that if the flying, if we could just blink, if we could just blink our eyes and be there, it would be great. Oh, we probably would, do some more international
Blingy
travel.
Bacon said he used to work for UA too. Ah, hi. Which year were you working there? I was working in UA, 1987 or 1988,
87 or
around that
88.
time. Yeah, long time
Grace
ago.
Grace chance that you'll make multiple accounts and do multiple subscriptions. Uh, the shopping in Chicago is a small area, so it is super easy. That's what Don Donuts was telling me, and I think you were telling me too that it should be easy to get around. So it should be okay. It should be okay.
You'll be
Um,
fine.
TSA, Keith. Yes, TSA is a
Yes, yes, that
nightmare.
yes.
They're a nightmare. That that has happened to us before, where we were coming in, the plane was delayed, We had a direct flight. TSA closed down. So then we had to be diverted to Houston. Then we had to get off and then get back on, including the pilots and the flight attendants had to get off, get checked in, and come back. So you had to get your luggage, get checked in. It was a nightmare. And it's like, okay, you know that you have a flight come in. How can you close? How can you close? But they closed.
Yeah.
Sanish
Finding solace. Hi. Did you
Blingy
just
Bacon
join
said she
us?
was in the 90s. Finding solace. Hey, you're here. How you
Oh, okay.
doing? Beam me up, Scotty.
Binky
No
Bacon.
kidding. Yes, exactly. If you could just blink your eyes and be there. Yeah, what happened to that? What happened to our
Yeah.
Star Trek, just hit I'm ready for that. Transport me there. I wish we could do that. Okay. Are there any other questions? We have Wow. See, we have gone over that hour goes really quick. So see, it wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah, actually, it was really, really
It's
fun.
fun. It's just like talking
Yes.
with your friends. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover that maybe we didn't cover or that I
No,
cut
I
you
mean, of
off?
course, I just had so much fun, and I want to thank
Well, good.
everybody. Thank Dee Dee for having me, and thanks everyone for being so active on the chats. It was really fun. I'm sorry we missed any of your
Yes,
questions.
I hope we
So
didn't miss any questions. Let's
yeah,
scan through real quick. You want to scan through and see, or if you want to pop them in the chats,
yeah,
give you about 10 seconds. But it looks like
let's
I think we pretty much they did a lot of talking amongst themselves. I'll have to go
yes,
back.
which is
I,
good.
I like to go back and read the chats after the live so that I can see what I missed, because I get talking and hey, I follow Lady Vintage Bags and she is so funny. She recently spoke about why bags are a choice of accessories because it's bags do not judge. Yeah. Oh, Zane, yes, I follow Caleb. Your edits are hilarious. Yes. Yes. Zane is hilarious. He did this one short for Caleb, and it was so funny. Caleb was like, "It's not funny," but it was funny. It was funny. All righty. You welcome, Blingy Bacon. You welcome, everybody. If only wouldn't it be great? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. We could just bling. Um, what do you have coming up? What we'll do is we'll have you tell us what's coming up next for you as far as your channel's concerned. So please make
Well,
sure
I'm
to
just
go over
gonna
to follow
try
her.
and catch up with everything, finish my Europe unboxing, and then once I'm done with that, I will go backwards and put some vlog of my Bali trip and my Korea trip as well. I think
Oh,
Korea is going to be quite a lot as well. Um, and then I will resume my handbag comparisons, reviews, and all that. I think there's going to be a lot coming up.
a lot coming up. Good, good.
Yeah.
And when do you normally post, or is it just kind of sporadic right
Yeah,
now?
whenever I'm free, because the thing is, I do have to find time to film, or rather, not time, but the opportunity. What I normally do is, I'm hanging out with my children, and they come at different times. They work, and one of them still goes to college. In your case, the university. In our case, so they show up at home at different times, and when they are at home, even if I'm not doing anything, I'm just sitting on the couch. I want to be there for them,
Right,
and
right.
anytime they want to come pop over and say something, I'm there. And then
Yeah,
if they
take
want to,
advantage of that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they grow up so quickly. So if they have the mood to come out there, join me in the living room, and they want to watch a Netflix or something, I'll watch whatever they're watching. So we just hang out together.
Right. Yeah.
So then I'll just have to find opportunities to film in between, because I don't want to film when I try not to film when they're around, because then they may feel like, they have to be quiet, or
Right. Yeah.
they don't want to encroach into my space. So I want everyone to be comfortable. So that's why I only take, grab small opportunities to do my
To
filming.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy what you do when you get to do it, so I look forward to some more.
Thank
So I'm
you.
excited about your upcoming videos, and don't forget to follow. Thanks, ladies. Have an awesome time.
Thank
So
you.
just tell everybody goodbye, and then go ahead and X out, and then I'll talk to everybody before once you're gone.
Okay. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all back on my channel as well. Bye.
Thank you so much, Corinne. It's been
Thank
great.
you.
Wow, wow, wow. Did we learn a lot? I know I learned a lot, Bean Beauties. Gosh, thank y'all so much for coming and hanging in there. And thank you. It really is an international live tonight. We had so many people that I didn't have the opportunity to talk to on the normal at 3 o'clock. Um, what I have coming up is I will be on vacation starting basically Sunday. We drive out Sunday, but I have plenty of don't worry, I have plenty of content for y'all on there to be uploaded. I also plan on I'm gonna try to do a live either at one of the ports or the day that we sail. It kind of just depends because we're going to be with two other couples, so I don't want to take away from our friends' time and everything. But I do want to be able to show y'all a little bit of the ship, at least say hello, get so y'all can kind of see what the room looks like. I've had some requests for that, so I'm going to try to go live, but we'll see how that goes. But I will do some vlogging. We'll do some vlogging and y'all have to bear with me. I know y'all keep asking for vlogs, but they're so hard to edit for me. So I'll try to do that. Um and just keep an eye out on the community post and keep an eye out on Instagram. It'll help let y'all know what's coming up. I try to keep those up to date. All right, everybody. You have an awesome interview style. Oh, thank you, Grace. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Keith, you are the best host. Oh, Keith, thank you. Love your guest tonight. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to try to I do have next Oh, who do I have next week? Let's see. Oh no, nobody next week because I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone anybody next week. But May the 2nd on a Thursday, I have Cami from Cami's Closet lined up. I do have Jackie from Jack's Bag Attack. I do have Witty B, she's coming on. I'm trying to schedule 5 foot nothing. I'm also trying to schedule Zane and I had a promise from a very special uh chatter that I had on my last live and he made me cry, so I'm trying to get a hold of him. So everybody cross your fingers and let's see if I can coordinate something with him. So I'm going to stay on Thursday nights or Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you can't catch us, don't forget the replay crew, beauty crew is so important for y'all to do that. And I think that if we do have to go late, then I'll just coordinate with Caleb and Zane and make sure that I don't want to encroach on their time because I want to watch them. I want to watch them. All right, Bean Beauties, thank y'all so much. I wish I could just be here all night long, but we all have stuff to do. I know some of y'all have work and maybe some of y'all have to sleep. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for being here, Bean Beauties. Love you. Love y'all. Bye bye.